And if this is the side finish, then your coils will not get damaged. As I mentioned already, your for production, treatment, and processing of flat products, which is supplied in the form of coils, it is unwound and then rewound for further processing. and for you to, for any recoiler to have a proper edge guide system, the main parameters are the edge guide system should sense and should take corrective action or respond quickly. Otherwise, if the response time is less, then your purpose will not be solved. Because of if there is a lot of telescopicity in the coil, or if your edge guide system is not functioning properly, then you have chances of stickers, strip breakage while you process it in the downstream. Like in this case, if it is being processed through in the batch annealing hood or in DCR bit, then you may face problems of stickers and strip breakages. The edges of telescopic coils also get damaged while handling by cranes, as I've told you. And then, since the system was old, there was a lot of breakdowns in the hydraulic tank, the hydraulic power pad, in the sensors. The sensors were also old. So to circumvent these problems, the main problems were, one, the system was old, it was not able to sense properly, act fast. Second, the original hydraulic power pack had valves which were not of the latest model, they were quite old. Like you have servo valves right now, which are much faster and which are used for closed loop control. They have high dynamic response, and you can control the pressure, flow and position accurately with the servo valves that are available in the market right now. So designing a new hydraulic power pack was a challenge to us. Then you had to design a system through which the operator could operate through a remote desk. Because of the less manpower, initially when the mill was stalled, there were a lot of people in the shift who could run the power pack separately, who could run the system separately. But right now, since there are one or two operators, we had to design a system where only one operator could operate the power pack from a remote location, could control the total operation from one location. So automation was a need, but with the support of engineering, through which we designed the hydraulic power pack. So the salient features of the new system that we installed were, first, our aim was to design a hydraulic power pack based on the maximum line speed of 600 meters per minute and a correction speed of 30 meters per minute. For that, the important thing that we put in the system was high response servo jet valves, online and offline filtration system, because cleanliness of oil is a very important factor. If you are using a servo valve, you need a Nash value of 5. Then if you are using a servo valve, there is a lot of pressure drop across it that heats up the oil. So you need a plate. You require a plate type heat exchanger. We installed a water cooled plate type heat exchanger. Then your various feedbacks were required, like clogging of the filters, oil temperature, then pressure in the output line. So all these feedbacks we took it to PLC. And there was 100% standby arrangement for the motors also. Then this slide shows the use of automation system which we installed there in the remote panel, from where the operator could know each and every parameters of the hydraulic power pack, of the edge guiding system, like the sensors, the light source, everything, and he could diagnose the faults and tell it to the electrical people or the mechanical, whatever be the requirement, whatever be the need of the need if there is a breakdown. Second thing, when the recoilers move forward backward in the initial power pack, there was jerks. So to remove those jerks, we designed an algorithm for starting of the pumps, relief valve and directional valves. So there was a time gap so that there is no jerks in between, to make the operation jerkless. This is a mounting arrangement. I talked about the engineering. You require your instruments to be safe. So